That's the question. So trust is one of the most important ingredients, the most important ingredient. We have to have trust as a society. The thing with trust is that, trust can be eroded, and we've seen that happening all across the world. There's been polls that have been showing how far trust has been falling. But then at some point, you find that piece of information and trust is just killed. And I think we saw that all around the world. We see, money being inflated away, people losing their money. Obviously, Canada brought that front and center. We just saw very quickly that even if you donated a little bit of money to something that was perfectly legal at the time, you might be kicked out of the financial system. And it put the world on notice, like, oh, that money in my bank isn't really my money. We lost trust. There started to be a run on the Canadian banks. But then, to the point that you brought up, Trey, I believe trust finally got killed, right? It got assassinated on that day because there's 3 global superpowers in the world that have nuclear weapons. The rest of the nations are tier 2. And so if Russia, one of the superpowers with nukes, could have their bank accounts frozen, stolen, whatever you want to call that, what chance do other nations have? And of course the answer is none. And so each nation now has to ask themselves, can I trust my savings in the banking system? The answer, of course, is no. And so then what's next? Well, I can hold gold, but I have to hold gold in my own safe because the UK just seized $2 billion worth of gold from Venezuela. If it's not in their own safe, not your keys, not your coin. And so all of a sudden we have this situation where trust has been killed. Nations can't trust each other. People can't trust the nations. And we're at this junction right now where I don't see how the world moves forward without trust. We get stuck in this situation where I can keep my gold in my own country. How do I verify it's real? China, of course, faked that they had real gold. It wasn't real gold. And then we end up in this like drug dealer movie scenario where it's like, give me the cash, no, give me, and that doesn't work. It doesn't work in a global environment. And it's almost like we might need a decentralized ledger that nobody could control if we could ever come up with something like that.